This is the Q990F from Samsung. It's an 11.1.4 channel soundbar featuring Samsung's most powerful and multi-dimensional sound yet. Some soundbars say they do surround sound, but this is the one you get if you really want to feel it. Hey guys, Justin here from Walts, and I've been reviewing products for nearly a decade, and my goal is to make the shopping journey as easy as possible in a world full of endless options. Today, we take a look at Samsung's flagship premium 11.1.4 channel soundbar and what exactly sets it apart from other models in this price point. Now, we will be doing a sound test and a special YouTube only discount code for you. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you don't miss either of those. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, let's talk about the design. This system is a complete home surround system in a single box. In terms of dimensions, the main soundbar has a width of 48.5, a height of 2.79, and a depth of 5.4. And it does weigh about 16 pounds, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue for those who are using a soundbar mount under their TV. Coming in under 3 inches tall is a nice perk to have because you'll be able to slide that under most TVs without blocking the screen or IR sensor. Now, the design is pretty similar, if not the same, as some of the other models in the F lineup of soundbars. Like if you remember when we reviewed the QS700F, it does look very similar. Obviously, it's bigger and it has a couple more speakers on the top and the sides. But yeah, overall, I really do like that grill slash slatted line design. Now with this soundbar, instead of it just being a soundbar or just a soundbar with a subwoofer, what sets it apart is you actually get 2 separate surround satellite speakers. For those, they are wirelessly connected to the bar, but you do have to find power for them. In terms of size, the satellite speakers sit at a width of 5.1, a height of 7.9, and a depth of 5.5. They weigh about 7.5 pounds, but then you also have the subwoofer, which is a 9.8 width, 9.9 height, and a 9.8 depth, and that weighs about 18 pounds. I do also want to mention that this is a newer subwoofer, so you'll notice it's cubed instead of like the rectangular box that we're used to. And yeah, there's some exciting audio features there that I do want to cover a little bit later in the video. Very pleased with the dual woofer design here. Now, Samsung, of course, includes just about everything you need from the HDMI cable, the remote, mounting brackets for those rear speakers. And if you happen to be looking for some cool satellite stands for the rear speakers, we have done a video on some Kanto SPH versus SLH, and I'll link that here if you want to go check that out. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much wraps up the design. I also want to talk about the audio and performance there. Now, this is a true 11.1.4 channel surround soundbar, so you're going to get a much more realistic surround experience versus something with less channels. And again, like I mentioned, it has the satellite speakers, but what's really cool about that is they are not just for rear speakers, they also do surround speakers on the side and on top as well. So you get kind of 3 different dimensions of audio coming just from those alone. Combine that with the height and regular channels on the front of the bar. It's just an overall really great experience. Now the 990F also has native support for Dolby Atmos and DTS:X, so that's big for those who really want to get the most out of the surround with this soundbar. But something unique to this bar is that it also has wireless Dolby Atmos, so you could hook it up wirelessly if that's something that you please. Me personally, I'm always going to recommend going through an HDMI cable because that's just your best bet in terms of, you know, loss of data. And for a soundbar this nice, I'd probably pair it with something like an AudioQuest cable just to make sure that you have minimal noise and distortion. If you want to learn more about that, I'll link that video here as well. On the topic of pairing it with your TV, though, it does come with Q-Symphony. If you've heard me talk about Q-Symphony before, you know that I'm a big fan of this feature. Essentially, it allows your soundbar speakers to be combined with your TV speakers, and it is only with select LED soundbars and TVs, but if you have one of the newer ones, you're probably going to have this feature already baked in. Is it worth buying a brand new soundbar or a brand new TV just because of it? Probably not, but if you already have one or the other, adding this will definitely improve your experience. More speakers is better than less. Also, I did want to mention that it does have adaptive sound optimization and active voice amplifier pro. So really you can fine tune the soundbar to perform the way you want it to perform. If you're someone who needs a little bit more on the vocal side of things, or if you're someone who really wants to turn up the bass and, you know, listen to music, it's got a little bit of everything. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. it really does help me out. Now, as far as smart features and gaming goes, it's a soundbar, so there's not like a ton of things I can exactly point to. It does have built-in compatibility and support for your smart home, whether that's Amazon Alexa or Google Home, but it also has support for Spotify Connect. And if you know me, I'm a huge fan of Spotify Connect. Essentially, this feature allows you to cast whatever you're listening to on your phone directly to the speaker or system in the Spotify Connect. In this case, it would be the soundbar. And I just really like this because I could be listening to something in the car, and then as soon as I get home, I can cast it to my speaker so that it's playing when I get inside the house. If you don't have Spotify, then you probably could give two craps about this feature, but I always mention it because it really is important to me. Now, for all the gamers out there, it does have a game mode pro. So if you're listening to your game through the soundbar and not headphones, it can adapt to that system. I haven't messed around too much with this feature, but I will say in a soundbar with rear speakers like this, it will make a difference as opposed to, you know, a traditional soundbar. That is, of course, unless you're playing Angry Birds, then it doesn't really matter, but anything with surround sound, definitely going to sound awesome on this soundbar. Now, as far as connections, it's pretty simple. You do have 2 HDMI inputs and 1 HDMI output. Of course, CEC ARC control. You can connect it optical if that's the way you choose, or Bluetooth, but I really only recommend Bluetooth for music as you'll run into delay issues and it's just generally not the preferred method of connection with your TV. Now, because this soundbar does support 4K 120 Hz pass-through with HN+, you could put your console directly into the soundbar and then your soundbar into the TV to minimize cables and just have it run a lot smoother. If you're using a PC, it might look a little bit different, but for your console gamers, I definitely would do it that way. So who is the Samsung Q990F for? I would say it's for the ultimate home theater enthusiast who doesn't want to go out and spend a bunch of money on a massive surround system. Not to mention, it's super easy to set up versus having to hardwire and run wires throughout your attic. I think you'd be really surprised at just how much you can get out of a large soundbar like this. So if you've already made up your mind and this is the soundbar for you, we do have that special YouTube only coupon code for you down in the description. Now, for all my Arizona locals, you can check our website to see if this product is on display at our retail store. If so, you can come check it out and hear it for yourself. But I also want to know what you guys think of the 990F. And if you're somebody who already owns it, please share your experience. We'd love to hear from you. Oh, and if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's the best way to tell YouTube that we don't suck. We'll see you in the next one.
Till death do us part. There was a man who ran that whole damn town. He thought he owned her and that they'd settle down. Took her back with a Colt 44. I loaded up and rode out into left a blood trail up to his porch. Held my breath and I kicked down the door. The same part of me that holds her at night would bury any man that don't treat her right. I'm gonna love and live and kill and fight with my whole heart till death do us part.
While my walls fall down, when you're on my mind, my heart beats loud.
Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested, make sure to email me at youtube@waltz so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.